Good morning, everyone, and welcome to the first support race of the weekend, and actually the start of today's action, which kicks off with the CGP2 race from the Circuit of the Americas, in what is certainly going to be an interesting race here today. Of course, the full rundown of the grid will be done before the race. But Phoebe O'Connor goes into this race with a 13-point lead over Rosie O'Driscoll. But it's all starting to get very close up front. The championship battle has kind of really gone down in terms of drivers still in, but still, it's certainly going to be an interesting one. And during the practice session on Friday, I kind of likened it to like the X Factor, the way that this championship's going in CGP2. Because one race there was 5 left in the championship fight. Then the next there was 4. Then the next there, and then we lost Bayers from the fight. The next there was 3, and then we lost Leggett from the championship fight, or realistically from the championship fight. And now there's 2. And also with regards to the constructors, if I can actually get them up, they can clinch the constructors this weekend, can Amlin Fox in CGP2, even though it would take quite a bad race for Coombs Academy for them to do it, but then they've not had the best of weekends so far. But it's going to be an interesting race here in the Circuit of the Americas. Of course, last time out in Sochi is well noted for how Rosie O'Driscoll was able to defend from James Lewington on the last lap, stuck in second gear. And many people expected her to be announced as a Coombs GP driver at the Japan weekend, but clearly something is taking them time in this announcement. We're all waiting because we know it's very likely that it's going to be someone from CGP2 who's going to be in that car. We can't see it being Bayliss or Beaumont, and Leggett is an MAT backed driver, so really O'Driscoll is their main option. We do believe O'Driscoll is the driver they are looking at, but something is clearly taking them time in making this announcement. Still something contractual. Something to do with the contracts. But we know it is likely we are going to see Rosie O'Driscoll in that car next year. And now the formation lap is about to get underway. It's underway now of the 34 lap race. And now, as they do their formation lap, we are going to give you our usual rundown of the grid. In pole position, it is Rosie O'Driscoll, the second place in the championship. Just behind Rosie O'Driscoll, it is Phoebe O'Connor. In third, it is the second Amlin Fox of Abby Leggett. In fourth place, it is Ellen Oakley, followed by Baranasso Jr. and CGP2 debutant Marco Efos in 5th on the grid. In 6th on the grid, one of her best qualifyings of the season, it is Jade Oates ahead of David Metcalf in 7th. In 8th on the grid, it is James Lewington ahead of Grace Wilkinson in 9th, with Quinn Bayliss rounding out the top 10. In 11th on the grid, it is Robbie Beaumont ahead of James Lang in 12th. In 13th on the grid, it is Christian Van Nieker ahead of Joshua Sutton in 14th. Jacob Patton lines up in 15th with Joe Bunting in 16th. Billy Pryor on his return to CGP2 in 17th, with Jack Miller in 18th. 19th is Dan Shedding ahead of Cora Morrow in 20th. In 21st, it is Ed Mahoney ending a discipline qualifying for Racing Factory, with Sam Morecambe in 22nd, Tom Saville 23rd, Callum Weir in 24th, Matt Sharman 25th, with the back of the grid after a prominent qualifying yesterday is Catherine Missar. And that is your grid for this feature race. This is the longer of the two races, so there will be pit stops in this race as the cars line up on the grid, ready for 34 laps of CGP2 action. Here we go, just the last car we're waiting to line up on the grid. We have the lights illuminate above the drivers, and when they go out, we're racing. It's a good start from O'Driscoll, but Phoebe O'Connor is going to have the inside line, and that's why Rosie O'Driscoll has immediately gone to the inside to cover her off, and Rosie O'Driscoll has got that position defended as Ellen Oakley gets down the inside of Abby Ledger, or does she, as they head into turn 3 for the first time. Ellen Oakley is up into 3rd place. That's Jade Oates and Marco Efos basting it out behind, but it's Rosie O'Driscoll that leads the way. Marco Efos managed to defend that position. Jade Oates lost out as they all head through the S's. But it's Rosie O'Driscoll who still leads. But Ellen Oakley, the massive winner of the start line. Yeah, to be honest, I think Leggett had to back off slightly for O'Driscoll going to the inside to cover off Phoebe O'Connor. A bit of action going on down towards that hairpin. Jade Oates really losing out, I think maybe round wide in that battle with Efos. They head down the back straight. 3 wide here they're running. We've got Shedding, and that's Cora Morrow and one of the Masterforce cars. That's Tom Saville as they head down to turn 12. But so far they have all made it through the first lap without a problem. We've got action here. This is Joshua Sutil and Betty Pryor battling it out. You've got Avilet, obviously you've got DRS being enabled in a couple of laps time. It's Rosie O'Driscoll who leads the way, obviously hoping to pull a gap from Phoebe O'Connor, but Phoebe O'Connor so far stuck with the Amlin Fox driver. Those two recently have been so closely matched, both Rosie and Phoebe. They've been so close in terms of driver caliber. There's not much to choose between them. Here you're on board with Phoebe. Behind Rosie. And you've got 2 Perfection Motorsports cars. Grace Wilkinson had an awful slot down to 11th place. Heading down the back straight, obviously no DRS yet, so will not get the advantage yet. Here you've got Ed Mahoney running right behind Callum Weir, Sam Morecambe ahead. As they head into the twisty section of the track. Oakley holding up Leggett, quite a bit of a train as Ellen Oakley's holding up. and DRS will be enabled, but crucially I think O'Driscoll has almost managed to get out of that DRS range barrier. Yeah, I think O'Connor does still have DRS. Yep, she is definitely gaining down the stretch. Abby Leggett right behind. But crucially yeah, O'Connor did close quite a lot down the straight. Maybe DRS seems to be quite powerful then. But crucial that O'Driscoll made that gap. So now Abby Leggett right behind Electric. I'm starting to think that Leggett will make this pass sometime soon. And so you've got battling here. This is Robbie Beaumont versus Jade Oates. I think Jade Oates has managed to defend that position. Yep, she has. Or they're side by side. Leggett had to back off. But here comes Christian Van Niekerk. Down, there's contact between Van Niekerk and Oates. Oates loses out. Yeah, DRS is really helping O'Connor here. But I'm pretty sure Van Niekerk might be in a bit of trouble with the stewards there. Because that was kind of a bit of a... Because as here comes James Lang down the inside of Christian Van Niekerk. Perhaps karma there for that incident. And Jade Oates has dropped to 12 as a result of all of that. Let's have a replay of what actually happened there. Christian Van Niekerk getting down the inside. To be honest, I don't see how you can blame that on Van Niekerk. I think Oates kind of cut across. Look at how much O'Connor's closing. Now she's on fire right now. And here's Abby Leggett having a look at Ellen Oakley in the battle for third place. It's all starting to kick off now. As I thought Leggett was going to try it around the outside, but now here, Leggett is going to struggle in the dirty air of the Silver Speed car. It's here where if you're behind another car, you really struggle, as Metcalf has managed to get past Lewington. Of course, the dirty air. As O'Driscoll looking quite hanging on to the back of O'Connor, hanging on to O'Driscoll. Got DRS now, but it's not going to be enough. What an interesting race it's been so far. Leggett's starting to get really close to Oakley. Here you've got action here behind. This is Grace Wilkinson versus James Lane, who's dropped back for whatever reason. Ooh, that was quite impressive driving from the cars behind. How they all managed to avoid contact. So much action in this area of the field. Oh, it's all kicking off here. O'Connor still right behind O'Driscoll. A bit of contact there between Leggett and Oakley. He got Miller down the inside of Coromoro. So much going on in this part of the field. I think Oakley's over defending a little bit, because look how close Leggett is going to be now down the straight. Oh, she lost traction on the exit. Now Marco Efos is going to have a look, surely. Leggett lost traction on the exit of the S's. And now, of course, Leggett still has DRS from Oakley. That's definitely cost her the chance to be able to get through. Side by side action here between Sam Morecambe and Dan Schilling down the back straight. As Morecambe goes to the inside, There could be a bit of different contact. Oh, the two CGPs have come together. Morecambe almost hitting into Callum Ware and costing him lots of time. Could we see an overtake here from Phoebe O'Connor? Because O'Connor's, since DRS got enabled, she is really right behind. Yet she's got the run as they head down towards turn 1. There's a bit of contact. And I think O'Connor has made that move stick. Phoebe O'Connor takes the lead as Marco Epos gets down the inside of Abby Ledgett. So Phoebe O'Connor has taken the lead. And that is the last thing that O'Driscoll would need in terms of the championship fight, as Marco Epos has managed to get past Abby Ledgett. But there's still a long way to go in this race. Of course, these two are easily the quickest two in this championship. O'Driscoll and O'Connor. Dan Schilling looking like he might shape up Ed Mahoney for an overtake down towards turn 12. And this is interesting. Phoebe O'Connor is creating a gap to Rosie O'Driscoll. Yellow out there somewhere. Oh, that is one of the... That is Cora Morrow's stop. So Cora Morrow out of this race. You've got action here behind this is Jade Oates trying to see if she can make a move on Christian Van Niekerk. They head into turn 1, turn 2, turn 3 and turn 4. O'Driscoll still hanging on to the back of Phoebe O'Connor. It's now a question of what they're going to do strategy-wise. If O'Driscoll's going to see if she's going to be able to do an undercut on Phoebe O'Connor. As Jade Oates still right behind Christian Van Niekerk. Helping Bogle who's on reverse grip hold, but now Van Niekerk is really holding up Jade Oates, who seems to have good pace. Because Van Niekerk, obviously Van Niekerk and Oates went together, came together earlier in the race, and then that lost Oates going. And then I think it was kind of 50-50. I don't think there should be any penalties imposed for that. So I think neither O'Driscoll, neither Oates or Van Niekerk were in the wrong there. Abby Ledgett seems to be struggling a little bit in terms of pace. I think, I'm not sure if Epos does. Yeah, Epos does still have DRS. Currently running P4 in his first ever CGP2 race. doing a good job in that LAT. The thing is, for both DRS zones, it's a long complex or a long corner with a dirty air can really cause the driver to suffer. As Phoebe O'Connor still right, here comes Marco Efos, battling it out with Ellen Oakley in the battle for third place. But now he's knocked out due to the dirty air. Now he's got Abby Leggett to defend from. Also with David Metcalf behind as well. So Ethos there tried to make the move on Ellen Oakley. But it didn't work out. And here's Jade Oaks looking very racy behind Christian Van Niekerk. She's going to go for a dive down the inside. And she has made that step. What a move from Jade Oaks. Van Niekerk there tried to do the same. That didn't quite work out. Now Quinn Bayliss right behind Van Niekerk. O'Driscoll still pounding O'Connor. Yellow out there somewhere. Something has happened. Oh, Morecambe is out. Sam Morecambe has retired. So we've lost Sam Morecambe from this race. Already 2 mechanical failures. Jacob Patton here behind Betty Pryor in the second Power Max car. Here's Marco Efos gaining on Ellen Oakley in the battle for the final podium spot. As Jade Oaks starting to reel in Robbie Beaumont. Action here. James Lane, Grace Wilkinson both out of position. Jade Oaks running well in 9th place. Oh, there's contact. That's Ellen Oakley and Marco Efos making contact at turn 1. Ellen Leggett did that. And now Metcalf is right behind Leggett. There's O'Driscoll right behind O'Connor. Look at Efos. As Oakley goes to the inside to defend. Can Ethos send it up the inside in one of these corners? I think he can. He doesn't have a go there. I think that was a bit tentative there from Marco. Lap 11 of this CGP2 race. O'Driscoll still hounding the back of Phoebe O'Connor. We're getting very close there between Oakley and Ethos. As Jacob Patton having a look down the inside of Billy Pryor, and I think he might have made that move stick. Well, they're still side by side. Billy Pryor's still ahead. Oh, look at O'Driscoll now. Very good. I think they're all still waiting for strategy to come into play. As here is Abby Leggett and Marco Ethos backing out. Ethos goes to the inside to defend. That's a very late defensive manoeuvre. But he's ran too deep and now has let Abby Leggett go. And almost David Metcalf as well. Bad mistake there from Ethos, running too wide. So Leggett back up into 4th place. Unfortunately, Catherine Missou having a very bad day at our home race. Ethos still quite close to Metcalf in the LAT. As Jade Oates starting to really catch up to Robbie Beaumont now, as everybody's slowly starting to lose their tyres now. So it's going to be very interesting when it comes to strategy. As Jade Oates really starting to catch. As here's James Lewington right behind Marco Ethos. Now Beaumont having to defend from Jade Oates. As that black and yellow Powermax car gets ever closer in the wing mirrors of Robbie Beaumont. I don't think she's going to be close enough this time. O'Connor still going round with that blue Amlin Fox car of Rosie O'Driscoll in her mirrors. As Ed Mahoney versus Matt Sharman. Jay Oates still right behind Robbie Beaumont. having pulled off that amazing pass on Christian Van Niekerk. And look at O'Driscoll now. These just don't seem to be able to get out of DRS range of each other. They're so closely matched, these two are. O'Driscoll's not going to be close enough this time. Oak's still not going to be close enough for Beaumont. But she might have to be a bit careful with Van Niekerk behind. With Grace Wilkinson up into 11th place. And here you've got Jack Miller who's passed Jacob Patton. Jacob Patton's about to be passed by Joe Bunting. Oh, we've lost Quinn Bayliss. Quinn Bayliss is out of the race. Gearbox problems. Unfortunate end to a difficult weekend for Quinn. Leggett now right behind Oakley. Saville battling out with Patton. A lot of overtaking we're seeing in this race. Patton goes to the inside to defend, and he's going to go for the inside. I thought he was almost going to hit Bunting off there. As he now tries to defend. And he has not managed to defend that position. Look at O'Driscoll now. Going to go for the inside of Phoebe O'Connor. A bit of contact. But she has made that move stick. O'Connor really moving across. So you can't really blame O'Driscoll for that contact. I don't know what I think O'Connor just left that way too late. And that's really... And now she's the person who's lost out. So it's now O'Driscoll who leads. Ethos has passed Metcalf. Oak still cannot get enough of Beaumont. Been stuck behind that Coupe for quite a few laps now. And we have some trouble on the screen. Here is Leggett versus Oakley, heading into the first corner. Leggett's going to try and drive round the outside, and Abby Leggett has made that move step. What a move from Abby Leggett. Abby Leggett takes third place with an amazing move. Abby Leggett really just driving around the outside. managed to drive it round the outside of Ellen Oakley. So Oakley goes to the inside to defend. Legit just takes so much speed into the corner. That's how you do it. The outside pass there. You never know, maybe some CRC drivers will learn from that. How that you can actually get round the outside there. Look at how close Oakes is to Bowman. I think she can make this move now. As Jade Oakes has managed to draft her way past Robbie Beaumont. Finally, Oakes has made that move stick. A move she's been sizing up for a few laps now. And now, that is reverse grid pole. Now Van Nika right behind Robbie Beaumont. But Robbie Beaumont sees it very well. But runs very wide. A bit of a very defensive move, and Van Nika can now follow through. Metcalf tries to get down the inside. Two LATs battling it out, and Metcalf gets through. Someone just put that overtake, I'm pretty sure, in reaction to Abby Leggett's pass on Ellen Oakley. Jade Oakes starting to pull away from Kristen Van Niekerk now. She pulls away, she can have reverse grid pole quite easily here. Marco Ethos still right behind David Metcalf. I think we're going to see pit stops soon. Maybe this lap. I know O'Driscoll getting very close to O'Connor. O'Connor getting very close to O'Driscoll once again. Ethos in the ongoing battle between the two LATs gets back through. In that ongoing squabble. Miller is driving well in this race. the big question is, who out of these two will be the first to pit? And the interesting thing is, I think if O'Driscoll pits, then we could easily see O'Connor follow her in. Just to react. But if O'Connor comes in, then she has the advantage of an undercut. So O'Driscoll's in, O'Connor stays out. That is interesting. That is very interesting. Clearly O'Connor thinks a lap in clear air will work for her. She gets going fine. We've seen a few instances in the practice on pit exit, so that's the interesting thing. Is she going to come out in traffic? She's come out behind the whole Wilkinson train. So I think that's what O'Connor is expecting. O'Driscoll to come out in traffic behind the likes of Wilkinson, Lang, Beaumont, Van Niekerk, Oates. Oakley has also pitted. With the new tyres, O'Driscoll will probably catch up to the likes of Wilkinson, Lang, Beaumont and Van Niekerk and Oates quite quickly. But it's just a question is, does O'Connor stay out? We have a yellow out there. Oh, it's Van Niekerk's gone out. Van Niekerk's out. Did that hold up O'Driscoll? Suspension failure. A little bit. That might have helped O'Connor slightly. Van Niekerk is out. That might have helped O'Connor very slightly. Not a good start to his CGP2 career as O'Connor comes in. Must feel like an age on the pit limiter. Where is O'Driscoll? Heading into the penultimate corner now. As all the cars ahead pit. O'Connor's gone. Ledger into the pits. I think O'Connor's got it here. Where is Rosie? There she is. No, O'Driscoll stood ahead. O'Driscoll has stayed ahead. Despite being held up and the gap has actually extended. Yellow out there. Oh, we got an incident in the pit lane. That's Robbie Beaumont. We've had a pit lane incident. Who's been taken out of the race. Oh, no. That is not on from Robbie Beaumont. That is absolute not on. And did Evos pit? He was having a good race. That is not on from Robbie Beaumont. That is just not on. Not to mention, I think that should be race banned for Robbie Beaumont. That was just not on. And Tom Savile's out. That is just... Jade Oaks still temporarily leads the race, but is yet to stop. That is just not on. Seriously. Well, if CGP are still considering Beaumont, then as Oates into the pits. O'Driscoll sets the fastest lap of the race. I think that must surely have ended Robbie Beaumont's chances. We're going to be very close between Oaks and IFOS. Oaks stays in 8th place. O'Driscoll still leads the way. Sharman's out. Seeing Yellow's out again. Something has happened. Oh, we got massive contact! Who's that? That's Betty Pryor, who's been bashed round. And we have a massive incident. Could that be a safety car? That is Dan Shelling and Betty Pryor coming together. Debris on the track. We're hearing no safety car. No one got taken out. James Lang has got ahead of Jade Oates. Now Jade Oates still right behind James Lang. Betty Pryor and Dan Schilling going into the pits. They're racing up. We've only got 19 cars still left. We've seen quite a lot of retirements today. EFOS now catching up to Lewington after that ridiculous piece of driving from Robbie Beaumont. Apparently EFOS also was a bit angry at his team. He was like, what's he doing? He can't do that. Why did you release me if you saw him coming? Why? Because that was 100% Beaumont's fault. That was 100% Beaumont's fault. Apparently he was speeding as well. But Rosie O'Driscoll leads the way, and he's got a reasonable gap to Phoebe O'Connor. As here is Jade Oates trying to get past James Lewington with 9 laps left to run here in this feature race, here in Circuit of the Americas. In the Manic Motorsports, I'm sure, with 2 cars on the podium at the moment, as here is Ed Mahoney getting down the inside of Callum Ware. Marco EFOS starting to catch back up to make up ground after that pit lane incident with Robbie Beaumont. In regards to Beaumont's speed, let's take a look at another replay of that. I don't know what he was doing. He backed off. He had to back off because to wait for him to go through, but then he just drives straight into the side of him. Ridiculous. That has just no place on a CGP2 track, that sort of driving. and covering a bit of an excursion. I think maybe Robbie Beaumont's been driving on F1 2012. On F1 2015, it's been like a public sprint. F1 2012, noobs galore. Joshua Sutil using a bit of a higher gear than Grace Wilkinson. Efo's now right behind Lewington. LAT. Still, Epos, if he finishes where he is now, he could finish. He will start second for tomorrow's race. So he might decide to hold position, but someone who's not going to want, as Suter has passed Wilkinson, someone who's not going to want to hold position is Jade Oakes. Because 8th is reversible with pole, 9th is 9th tomorrow's race. It's an interesting race that we've seen here today in CGP2. Here's Epos right behind James Lewington. Lewington goes to the inside to defend, but I think Epos has made that move stick. So Epos gets through on James Lewington. Because we're on lap 28 of 34. And there's some adverts going on the screen. O'Driscoll heads into the S's. Grace Wilkinson backing out with Joshua Suter. Jade Oakster right behind James Lang. You could do something to avoid the YouTube logo coming up. We're on lap 30. I'm really sorry about the YouTube logo keeping coming up. It's getting... I'm not sure why this is happening. I'm really sorry about the YouTube logo coming up. I'm going to try to sort it out. Unfortunately, then we may have to contend with it. If you are going to have to contend with it for the rest of this race. It's quite annoying. And I will try to sort that out. See if anyone else has come across this issue. Not really much going on for the rest of this race. Marco Ethos has been repassed by James Lewington. Oh, there's contact! Ethos has taken Lewington off! And now Lewington's dropped back. Could be a time penalty there for Ethos. Something else you could do is maybe try watching YouTube Gaming to see if that will work. But Ethos is... And we're hearing Ethos will be receiving a 3-second time penalty after the race for that incident. But it's annoying how the YouTube logo doesn't come up. It just keeps coming up. You've got to see that. O'Connor is starting to catch up to O'Driscoll slightly, but I think O'Driscoll's just conserving the cars, hoping to make it to the end. We know EFOS is getting a time penalty after the race. Penultimate lap. Apparently it's because someone has hacked the CRC YouTube. As O'Driscoll has started her final lap. Heading into the S's for the last time. Got yellow out there on the last lap. Oh, James Lane's out. James Lang is out on the last lap. This promoted Grace Wilkinson to the points. Of course, O'Driscoll now up front. With Ellen Oakley behind. Well, I mean, Phoebe O'Connor behind. As O'Driscoll heads in to the penultimate corner. Now into the final corner. It is Rosie O'Driscoll who is going to take victory here at the Circuit of the Americas. Phoebe O'Connor finishes second. Abby Leggett's going to finish in third. With Oakley fourth. I'm not sure where this penalty is going to put EFOS on the grid as well for tomorrow. But it is Phoebe O'Connor who wins. Oh, it's Rosie O'Driscoll who wins. At the Circuit of the Americas. What an interesting race that was. But it is Rosie O'Driscoll who has taken the win. An interesting race. The penalty puts Ethos still ahead of Lewington. Behind Oates. I can see the standings have already been updated by Marco Ethos. They are being updated. So reverse grid will go to Lewington. What an interesting race. The gap is down to 6 points in the championship. 6 points is the gap. What an interesting race. What an interesting race. Now, look, with regards to the constructors, ...105 points. Amlin Fox now lead by. They look on course to take it tomorrow, especially with Amlin Fox, or with Coombs Academy, unlikely to score. As we're now getting ready for the first podium of the weekend. The first podium of the weekend here at the Circuit of the Americas. And also shout out to EFOS for putting the colours on the standings. But 3-second time penalty. For Marco EFOS. Actually, I've just realised the 3-second time penalty actually puts EFOS 8th rather than 7th. So EFOS still gets reverse grid pole out of that. Bit ridiculous how he basically is going to benefit from a penalty now, but there you go. That's just the nature of sometimes what happens. We're getting ready for the podium celebrations here in Circuit of the Americas. Where the Irish and the American national anthem will play at Amlin Fox's home race. Here we go for the podium.
Mate, I'm going to have to
Here we go.
Absolute joy, my man. I've enjoyed it.
As they about to walk onto the podium.
Great GP2 race.
Third place onto the podium is Abby Leggett, who walks onto the podium. second place, Phoebe O'Connor, the current championship leader. She'll feel a bit hard done by. But the winner, once again, it is Rosie O'Driscoll. And for her, it'll be the Irish and United States national anthems. Now it's time for the trophy presentation. Rosie O'Driscoll definitely starting to look like she is starting to catch Phoebe O'Connor in the championship standings. As now Phoebe O'Connor, smaller trophy, I'm pretty sure she is not going to be too chuffed with that. And then Abby Leggett, another podium, but still yet to get that victory that she's been waiting for so long. As she now holds up the trophy. Starting to look like Leggett is starting to disappear from this, really disappear from this championship fight. If the gap is extended by a further 2 points in tomorrow's race, then Leggett is completely out of it. Now, it's time for the drivers to get busy with the fizzy as the champagne is sprayed on the podium. It's Circuit of the Americas. As Rosie O'Driscoll really happy with that win. Good weekend for Rosie O'Driscoll so far. It's Rosie O'Driscoll who is victorious in the Circuit of the Americas. Thank you very much for watching. We've got CRC practice coming up soon, but as far as CGP2 is concerned, we'll see you tomorrow.